Hey guys, back with another video. I get questions a lot in my personal life. What do I do to overcome fear? And the best thing that I've found for me personally, and I've used it and I do it, now it's a habit, I just automatically do it, but the best way to get rid of fear is you walk right up to the thing you're afraid of. It is the most magical thing. It will fade away. But what do we usually do? Something happens. We immediately start an inner dialogue. We create the story of how the outcome is going to be. I need you to listen to that 1,000 times so you understand what you're unconsciously doing. I'm going to say it again. Something happens. Somebody makes you aware of something and it's scary. You immediately, unconsciously, start an inner dialogue with yourself and you create a story that's vivid and real with feeling on the outcome, and it's negative. What do we know about negative and positive? If you've been watching my channel, I've talked a lot about it. Nothing good can come from a negative vibration. Negative vibrations just produce negative results. Positive vibrations can only manifest positive outcomes, right? A super simple way that it was explained to me, when you're looking in the mirror, you put a negative sign over here and you put a positive sign over here. All day long, you're talking to yourself on an inner dialogue and you're unaware that you're doing it. In a really good way to figure out if it's negative or positive is every time you catch yourself doing it, you write it down. Or you get a recorder and you record it. And after a week or 2 weeks, you listen to that recording, or you look at what you've been writing down on and you start seeing it. It's right in front of your face. What I really wish most of you would do is get a recorder and record every conversation you have with people. Because we are programmed negatively, and I promise you, when you're having a conversation with your best friend, I promise you 100 to 500 negative words come out of your mouth. Let that sink in. Now, the good thing is, most of your life you're doing unconsciously, right? It's proven, scientifically proven, and it's spiritually proven. That's where we're at in society. Most of our life is unconscious because after 66 days, most habits go into authenticity, which means your mind decides we're giving this a lot of energy and we don't want to give it energy anymore. We're just going to make it an automatic habit, right? You put your left leg in your jeans first. Pay attention tomorrow when you're getting up. What leg do you put in your jeans first? And the reason you put that leg in there every day first is because the person who dressed you put that leg in there first. It's been a habit. You've just never changed it. You never even paid attention to it. No, that's not life-changing, right? To put your right leg in. But that's how simple, that's all you need to know to understand what a habit is. Everyone understands smoking, doing drugs, bad habits, right? There's also a lot of good habits. You learn how to walk. That's a habit you don't want to change, right? So not all of your habits are bad habits. So you got the negative and you got the positive. After you become aware of what your habit is, if it's negative, I want you to spend a lot more time creating positive images and ideas. Because when you're unconscious, you're just letting your ideas float in, and most of them are going to be negative. Once you do this little test, if you're a negative person, most of them are going to be negative. Now you're going to have to step into consciousness and be aware of the moment and create positive ideas. And you have the power to do that. When God says He gives you all the power over the fishes and the animals and everything in the world, He's not just talking about physical things. He's talking about mental, spiritual, everything that's attached to you. You have dominion over that. We are in a mind battle all day long. I'm wanting you to live 90 days at a time, but in reality, once you start studying the things I'm studying and you're working this program, you're going to really become very fixated on today. Because yesterday already happened and we don't know what's happening tomorrow until we start paying attention to what we were thinking about yesterday. because what we thought about yesterday is going to come tomorrow. Do you see how that happens? Our thoughts create reality. If all we do all day long is create negative stories inside of us in our inner dialogue, next week, next month, it's going to be negative. You're creating your reality. We are in a mental realm. Everything comes from thought, and it's 10x'd through speaking. That's why the words that you say are of extreme importance, right? You start speaking better and thinking better, your life gets better. I know this sounds way too simple. I promise you, this is facts. If you think negatively and you speak negatively, your car's always going to be breaking down. You're not going to have enough money for your bills. Your friends are going to cheat on you. Your friends are going to screw you over. You're going to get fired. The girls at the office aren't going to like you. I mean, to a T, because you're giving energy to negative things. And what you give attention to grows. So if you're giving attention to negative things, they have to grow. They have to manifest. They have to come back to you to give you more things to be negative about. Once you flip that and you become aware that that's truth and you make a conscious decision, I'm not going to live like that anymore. I'm really going to start paying attention to how I think and how I speak. And in the beginning, it's difficult because it's not a habit. And the people you're around are not changing. So they're in a negative habit constantly around you. And they're going to be like, what's wrong with you? Well, you're trying to find the good in everything. You know the world's bad. Like, duh. You know everyone with money's crooks. I mean, they're going to be pointing out all these things that seem very logical when you are thinking that. But it's also very logical if you become positive and see the good in everything. And you see all the people with money that are good. And you see all the beauty in life. And you change your belief. And your belief's going to be that there's more good in the world than there is evil. And your friend's going to see that there's more evil than good. And you both believe it. And you'll fight to the death over it because it's a belief, right? And some of your friends are going to vibrate away from you, right? And family's even tougher because you're related to them. You have to see them, right? You might not go over there as often or stay as long, but you have to see them. The wonderful thing about this is your life gets better. And now they get to see your life get better, which is the best case study for them to witness. Oh my gosh, you went from this to this. Now it gets them thinking. Now they're going to start asking questions and you can explain to them exactly what I just explained to you. Now you're helping other people. Now is when it gets really cool because the universe starts multiplying. It returns to you. It's not adding anymore, it's multiplying. And you're helping more people and more's coming to you. And you're helping more people and more's coming to you. So we're almost at the end of the second journal. And I want you guys to really start thinking hard about how much energy and effort have you really been giving it. And just be honest. It doesn't matter if it's hardly any. Or if you're giving 110%. Right? If you're giving 110%, you're seeing results. Right? I'm not talking to you. You're crushing it. You're figured it out. You have the proof that the more you put in, the more you get out. This is for the people who are kind of on the fence and not really giving it their all. If you make the next 30 days, one day at a time, like it's the last day you have here, you will see changes and you become aware. And every time you look in the mirror, you say something positive about yourself. This is extremely hard for women. They struggle with this. They want to pick out every flaw. If God is for you, who could be against you? Once you believe that, your whole life changes. Nobody can be against you. God is for you. And so as you detach from physical and you're living more in the spiritual, the unseen, right? And these 5 little antennas up here, see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, you start calming them down and you start saying, I don't accept that. I do not accept that. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am whatever you need to be saying, right? Because the only thing that's going to come out of you when you get mad is what's in you. So if every time you get mad, you're yelling and cursing and throwing things, that's because you're full of hatred, right? You have no love to give because there's none in there. And I know that hurts, and I'm sorry, but that's a fact. You can't squeeze an orange and get anything but orange juice out of it. But when we get squeezed, we have all kinds of things coming out of us. Once we get out of the wandering stage and start getting on track, those are all the things we're working on that we're trying to change. We're trying not to let the physical bug us anymore. We know it's a mental battle. And fear is the mind killer. Fear creeps in and stops everything, right? I'm asking you to turn that fear upside down by walking up to it and affirming that you deserve good. And that fear will fade away. It sounds too good to be true. I know. Just try it. Keep doing it. Let me know how it works out. I know it works out because I do it all the time. So I appreciate you guys. Into the second journal. We're halfway through the year. We're heading into the third journal of the year. I'm telling you guys, get this journal. New Paradigm 90-Day Challenge. It's $20. It's cheaper than coffee. It's cheaper than Netflix. I mean, this thing is, right? I'm asking you to get 4 of those a year. It's $80. You will be a different person at the end of the year. You will find gratitude. You will learn to calm yourself down. You will learn how to respond instead of react to everything. You will learn how to start loving yourself. You're going to learn how to forgive other people that have done you wrong. Even though in your heart of hearts, you don't think they deserve it. You're going to become aware of how much resentment poisons our blood. It's one of the main causes of diseases in our body is resentment and anger. So 4 journals, I promise you. Keep watching, keep reading, ask questions, get engaged, right? You have free mentorship right now. You should all be asking all kinds of questions. Get serious, make a committed decision. I know it's not the cool thing to do. I know you have 72 hours a week of leisure time that you can just be sitting around watching Netflix. I get it, totally get it. But then your results aren't going to change. You're going to get the same results at the end of this year you got last year. There's no growth. And then you're going to go next year and you're going to make all these New Year's resolutions. And what happens by Valentine's Day? You aren't doing any of them because you didn't make a committed decision and you didn't write the goal down. They say that 3% of the world has goals. And all the other 97% of the people in this world work for those 3% that have goals. Please let that sink in. Think about that really hard. Everyone you're working for, every one of you that has a job, whoever you're working for has goals. And they own companies. You're working for them, you don't have goals. Or you just started writing goals. Or you're unaware of how to write a real goal. I'll make another video on how to write goals out. Thanks guys, I know this video is kind of long. I just want to give you guys the best information I can and explain it the best that I can. It's been half a year. Hopefully I'm getting better and I'm going to continue to get better from here on. Right? We're getting a studio set up, we're getting some better sound equipment, we're up in the game, so we're coming out with some really exciting things that I'm just ecstatic about. It just takes time because I'm not a computer person. So Blake's a day trader, so he's extremely busy and he's helping me try to make sure that we get this thing done right. So I appreciate your guys' patience. I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, hit your notifications, and please ask questions. I want to answer them. I want to be your accountability partner. I want to be your mentor. I want to help you help yourself. I know it's possible. There is greatness in all of us. We just got to find it. Thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.